walked through the door the very first time, came into Confidence Builders Toastmasters. I was welcomed, I was greeted, I was seated, and I observed an extremely well-organized meeting. I saw very professional, in my view, speakers. And then came the surprise of the evening, table topics. What? They call on you to come up and you have to answer a question without knowing what it is beforehand? And you have to talk for a whole minute? Holy crap. And I thought, well, a minute's not that long. Well, it feels like forever when you're standing up here for the first time. But I've changed my attitude. I went from fear and anxiety and apprehension to excitement, embracing table topics. I don't fear them anymore because fear doesn't do anything for you. But when you're excited, please ask me a question. That changes the whole ballgame. So tonight, I'm going to make the case for table topics. Why they are a good thing. We'll talk about a few places where you might use your skills from table topics in real life. Job interviews, social gatherings like parties, networking events, places like that. You think you might use your table topics, the ability to think on your feet in a job interview? Job interviews have some basic questions that are pretty much asked at every interview. You tell me about yourself question, what are your strengths, what's your biggest strength, what your weaknesses are, things like that. You can prepare an answer for those type of things. But then the interviewer might hit you with the scenario question. Let's say XYZ happens. What would you do? You can't really prepare for that one. That's where table topic skills come in. Thinking on your feet, being able to formulate an answer. It's important, isn't it, in a job interview, to be able to answer the question if you want that job? What about social gatherings? You may find this hard to believe. I'm really an introvert, very shy before I joined Toastmasters. When I would go to parties, especially my wife's friends, I would know my wife and maybe her friend, and that was it. So I would kind of slink off into the corner, maybe have a drink, something to eat, and I wouldn't talk to anybody. 6 months after joining Toastmasters, we went to my wife's friend's house for a Christmas party. And again, I knew my wife and I knew her friend. And I sort of knew her husband, but not really. But it was different this time because I had my table topic skills. I was able to actually interact and talk to people. After the party, my wife said, "Whoa, who was that? What were you doing? You were amazing. How did that happen?" Table topics. Toastmasters. I attend networking events. Does anybody else do any networking? If you're an entrepreneur, you might do a lot of it. If you're in business, you might do some networking with their colleagues, maybe customers. I know at the event that I go to, you're always asked to introduce yourself and tell us about your business. You can prepare a little bit for that, but it's table topics. You want to be able to do it very succinctly, 30 seconds at the most. Get your name out, what you do, and sit down. You don't want to monopolize time. Another thing table topics did for me, I'm an improv actor, have been for about 8 years now. And improv to me is just table topics on steroids. Because we take a word from the audience, or a suggestion for a place or a location or a relationship, and we create a story around it. Somebody might throw out the word apparatus. Okay, apparatus it is. Two people get up and they create a whole story around the word apparatus. That's table topics on steroids. So what I want you to do tonight is, if you're afraid of table topics, I want you to change your attitude. Think not, oh my God, I have to participate in table topics, to, oh boy, I get to participate in table topics. Woohoo, let's do it. I encourage all of you, especially our newer members, to participate in the table topics contest that's coming up. Everyone answers the same question. And if you're fortunate, and we can make this happen, you can be one of the first speakers, so you can see what the other speakers say in answer to the question. And this will really help you grow. And isn't that what we're here for? To grow, to learn, to gain confidence. So, in conclusion, I want you to embrace table topics. Be excited about table topics. Don't fear them. Get up in front of the audience. Take the question, even if you don't know the answer. Make something up. It doesn't matter. Everybody here's here to support you. Most of all, just have fun. Have fun.